Women like you are not meant for the office.
He shoved her into the taxi like she was something dirty blocking his future. Women like you, Adebayo said loudly, making sure everyone heard, are not meant for offices. People slowed down. Phones came out. A few heads shook. His fiancée, Funmaleo, laughed, the kind of laugh meant to remind a woman of her place. If you've ever been underestimated, silenced, or told you didn't belong, stay with this story. And if stories like this speak to you, subscribe, because this won't be the last time quiet strength speaks louder than cruelty. Tinuke didn't respond. She tightened her grip on the baby tied to her back, leaned into the taxi, and calmly gave the driver an address. Not a word. Not a tear. What Adebayo didn't know, what would haunt him for the rest of his life, was that in less than 2 hours, the woman he just humiliated would be sitting across from the people who controlled every single thing he was about to lose. Tinuke once believed marriage was partnership. She was wrong. She married Adebayo when his business was still an idea scribbled in cheap notebooks. She stayed up nights helping him draft proposals, balance books, rehearse pitches. She sacrificed interviews, delayed dreams, swallowed insults, all in the name of us. Then she got pregnant. That was when his tone changed. "You've let yourself go," he told her one night, staring at her body with disgust. "A first-class woman doesn't look like this." She thought it was stress talking. Then the mistress appeared. Funmaleo. Loud, stylish, unashamed. Adebayo didn't even hide it. He moved her into their lives like a trophy, parading her around while Tinuke was still nursing his child. He didn't divorce Tinuke. No, he needed someone to look down on. He monitored her movements, mocked her job searches, reminded her daily that she was finished. "A woman like you," he'd say, laughing, "can only be a local champion." But what Adebayo never noticed was this. Tinuke stopped asking for permission. Horizon Microfinance. She applied for a junior role, a desk job, a foothold. She didn't tell Adebayo, but secrets have a way of surfacing when men like him sense independence. The morning of the interview, Tinuke left before dawn, baby on her back, documents clutched tight, heart racing. Hope, quiet, fragile hope, burned in her chest. Then she saw them, Adebayo and Funmaleo, dressed like success, laughing like Lagos belonged to them. His eyes landed on her, and something ugly curled in his smile. He crossed the street deliberately. Funmaleo followed, arms folded, eyes scanning Tinuke like she was something that needed to be erased. "Tinuke," Adebayo said, his voice dripping with contempt. "Why are you always in people's way?" She greeted him respectfully. He ignored it. Then he shoved her. Hard. "Get in the taxi," he snapped, flagging one down. "You're blocking the road." People stared. The driver hesitated. Funmaleo smirked. "You're going for an interview?" Adebayo laughed. "At Horizon? You?" He leaned closer. "A woman like you doesn't belong in places like that." Tinuke stepped into the taxi, adjusted her baby, and gave the driver the address. Her hands were steady. Adebayo watched her leave and turned back to Funmaleo, satisfied. That's what happens when people refuse to grow. He didn't see the future pulling away from him. Horizon Microfinance was bigger than Tinuke expected. Glass, steel, power. She waited quietly, rocking her baby. When they called her name, she walked in. 3 panelists, sharp eyes, calm voices. They asked about her experience, the gap in her resume, her son. She didn't beg. I took time to survive, she said simply. I'm ready to work. The chairman glanced at her surname again, paused, then looked up. Are you related to Chief Alyamide? Tinuke nodded. Something shifted in the room. The interview ended early. Too early. Tinuke walked out confused, unaware that she was never there to be evaluated. She was there to be confirmed. Adebayo spent the week floating. Horizon Microfinance was his breakthrough. The contract that would resurrect his failing company and finance his extravagant wedding. Funmaleo reminded him daily. This deal will change everything. Adebayo believed her. Men like him always do. Tinuke's phone rang. Please come to Horizon headquarters. Chief Alyamide wants to see you. Her chest tightened. She arrived quietly, took the private elevator. Her uncle was waiting, older now, sharper than ever. I need someone I trust, he said, sliding a folder across the table. Tinuke opened it. Her name stared back at her. Owner, chairperson. Her breath left her body. You don't need to understand, he said. Just accept it. The announcement was scheduled. 2 weeks. The Lagos Business Forum. Tinuke walked out the back in trance, heart pounding. Her life had already changed. Adebayo just hadn't caught up yet. The hall was packed. Executives, media, cameras. Adebayo sat front row. Funmaleo adjusted his collar. Smile. The host spoke. Horizon Microfinance will now introduce its new leadership and approved contractors. Adebayo leaned forward. The curtains opened. Tinuke walked out. With her baby. The room froze. Funmaleo's hand slipped from Adebayo's. His smile collapsed. Tinuke stepped to the podium. My name is Tinuke Alyamide, she said calmly, and I am the new chairperson of Horizon Microfinance. Something broke inside Adebayo. She began reading the contractor list. Name after name. His company wasn't there. He stood up. The bottle fell. The sound echoed. Tinuke looked at him. Not with anger. With clarity. Then she finished and walked away. By evening, his phone was dead with bad news. Investors gone. Deals cancelled. Funmaleo removed her ring. You didn't know? She said coldly. You didn't know your wife was this powerful? She left. Adebayo stood alone, finally understanding the cost of arrogance. He waited 3 hours to see Tinuke. Begged. She listened, then said quietly, Your downfall started long before today, and walked away. Weeks later, Tinuke stood on her balcony, her son asleep, Lagos glowing. She remembered the shove, the insult, the laughter, and smiled, not in victory, but in peace, because the woman he called worthless had decided his future, and never raised her voice once. If the story hit you, like, subscribe and comment, because stories like this don't whisper. They hit back.